Welcome to Level 10. Here is some information for you about this course.
In Interlingua, we believe that our students learn more when they know what they have to do in class and at home, and when they know how they should study. The book you have in your hand and the audio files available online are for homework. It's important that you do your homework regularly and that you come to class on time every day. At Interlingua, we use the following grades to evaluate your oral progress. 10, very good. 9, good. 7, minimum. And 5, not passing. We talk to you during the course to give you suggestions about how you can improve your level of English. At the end of the course, we talk to you individually about your oral grade during the final review unit. There is a written exam at the end of the course. To pass the course, you need to get at least 7 points on the exam and at least a 7 for an oral grade. If you feel you need individualized help, you can ask your coordinator for an extra help session. The goals for the course are to understand and use how to use present perfect, past perfect, and present unreal. I've lived here for 6 years. Before that, I had lived in Chicago. If I hadn't moved here, I wouldn't have met my wife. How to use modals to express uncertainty in the present, past, and at the moment of speaking. He could be a doctor, but I'm not sure. They might have gone to the movies. She may be working now. Perhaps Dave has a twin brother. How to use different verb forms. We can't stand getting up early. They enjoy traveling. He's thinking about buying a new car. It's difficult to drive in this city. How to report what someone has said. He said he lives in Los Angeles. She told us that she had recently had a baby. How to use passive voice in perfect tenses and with modals. The windows have been fixed. The carpet had been laid before I arrived. The furniture should be delivered tomorrow. How to use prepositions of place, time, direction, and motion. At 6 a.m., he is usually in the shower. Go through the kitchen and into the living room. My purse is next to the TV. Another goal is to learn vocabulary. It's important to use these structures with good grammar and fluency. If you have questions, problems, or recommendations, you can ask your teacher, coordinator, or director.
Unit 1. At the airport.
Hello, Letty?
Yes?
This is Samantha.
Sam, where are you?
I'm at the airport.
The airport? But I thought that Hector was going to pick you up.
He was. I asked him to be here at 2 o'clock, but I've been waiting for 40 minutes and I still haven't seen him.
Did you try his cell phone?
Yes, I did. I've tried to call him several times, but I haven't been able to get through. Do you have his work number?
I do, but you won't be able to reach him there. I tried to call him about an hour ago, but it was a real hassle. I guess they were having some kind of problems with their phone lines. When I finally got through, he had already left.
But where did he go?
I assumed that he had gone to the airport to get you. Are you sure he's not there?
No, he's not. I've looked everywhere, and I don't see him. I hate to ask you to do this, but do you think you could come and pick me up?
If I could, I would. Unfortunately, I'm in the middle of a huge project here at work. I won't be able to come and get you until 5 o'clock.
Well, this is really annoying. What do you think I should do?
If I were you, I would just grab a taxi.
I suppose I could do that, but why would Hector stand me up like this?
I have to admit, it doesn't sound like him at all. What exactly did he say?
He told me to wait for him outside the terminal. But if he were here, I'm sure I would see him.
Wait a minute, which terminal are you at?
What do you mean?
There are 2 terminals.
There are?
Yes, there are. Which one are you at?
I don't know. I've never been here before, remember?
Okay, what airline did you take?
Delta.
That means that you're at Terminal 2. I'm sure that Hector is outside Terminal 1. He's probably been waiting for you this whole time.
How do I get there?
There's a monorail there that can take you directly there. Just ask someone.
Okay, I'm on my way. Talk to you later.
Audio Practice 3.
Welcome to our new office building. I'm sure we're all going to be very happy here. You've noticed that the building is different from our old offices, haven't you?
Yeah, there are no walls.
Right. Having one big space makes it easier to keep the temperature comfortable, and it saves a lot of energy. The air conditioning will be turned on at 8:30 every morning. Please don't turn it off.
What if we think it's too hot or too cold?
You can request a change of cubicle. Just talk to Derek Smith. The cubicles near the walls tend to be colder, and in the middle of the space, the air is warmer. If you are asked to move to a different cubicle, please cooperate.
The cafeteria is far away. Can we eat in our cubicles?
No, you cannot eat at your workspace. For a quick snack, please go to the kitchen. Today, you will be assigned your 45-minute lunch breaks. Please respect the times you are assigned. There is no space for all of us in the cafeteria at the same time.
Deborah, there is no corkboard in my cubicle. Where do I hang my family pictures?
Good point, Sam. I'm going to ask you all not to hang any pictures in your cubicle. You won't need any extra materials either. There is a standard set of designer stationery on your desk. Please use that.
May I ask why?
Of course. One of the comments we got from visitors in our old offices was that the atmosphere was a bit informal. The management decided we should upgrade our corporate image. Could you all please comply with the new procedures?
I think we all can, but there are a lot of rules, don't you think?
Well, the company is doing its part. For example, from now on, we'll have an informal company lunch the first Friday of every month. Please let us know if you require a special menu, vegetarian, halal, or otherwise. Derek is in charge of that. Also, we all have brand new ergonomic office chairs. Please follow the instructions to set it to your preferred height. If you have any difficulties with it, just ask Derek to help you. Any more questions? Excellent. Then let's go to work.
Unit 2. An office break-in. There was a break-in at an office building downtown. Detectives Rollins and Price are at the crime scene.
So what happened here?
Well, we aren't sure. The owner of the building called early this morning to say that some very important documents and some money were stolen from that safe sometime during the night.
I see. What company is this?
The VLM Investment Corporation.
Okay. And did this office have an alarm?
Yes, it did. And the safe was also on a timer. It can't be opened before 8 o'clock in the morning.
And what about this spot of blood on the carpet? It looks fresh. It might belong to the thief.
We had our CSI team take a sample, and they'll let us know later today if we have a match with any known criminal.
What I don't understand is how someone might have gotten in here.
We thought that they may have cut the electricity, but the timer would still be active with or without electricity, so it might be some kind of a computer hacker, or it could be an inside job. Someone who works here and has access to the computer system that controls the safe.
Is it possible to reprogram or overwrite the computer system?
I talked to the computer specialist, and they say it's possible that someone with the right skills could access a timer and reprogram it.
So that means we may be looking for someone with computer expertise and who knows how to open a safe.
Well, it could have been more than one person. Perhaps there were two people. One person opened the safe, and the other dealt with the computer system that controlled the timer.
You're probably right. So what exactly was taken?
The owner doesn't want to say for sure, just that they were very important documents, very confidential.
And how much money was taken?
The owner says it was around $3,000. Not a lot of money, really.
It seems that the thief or thieves came for the documents, not the money. I wonder what those documents contained.
Me too. Is there any way we can get the owner to tell us more about the documents? I feel that that's the key to solving this.
I don't know. We could try putting some more pressure on him to see if he'll cooperate.
Let's do that. Until we know what those documents contained, we might not be able to figure out who did this and why.
I agree. Let's go talk to the owner.
All right.
Audio Practice 3.
Carla, where did you put the master's contract? I can't find it anywhere.
Greg, it's on your desk.
No, it's not. I've looked everywhere.
Maybe you put it in the filing cabinet.
Let me see. No, it's not there either. Is it possible that Dave came by it earlier and picked it up?
I don't think so. I haven't seen him all day.
Can you call him and ask?
Sure. Hi, Dave. This is Carla. Greg wants to know if you have the Masterson contract in your office.
No, I don't.
Okay, thanks. No, he doesn't have it. Do you think that maybe you put it in your briefcase?
I'm sure I didn't. But let me check anyway. Let's see. I have the Crown Bank's contract here, but not the Masterson contract.
Well, where could this contract be? It's not possible it just left the office by itself.
Do you think it might be in Helen's office?
Well, she said she wanted to look it over to make sure it was perfect, so she might have it. Let me ask her. Hi, Helen. This is Carla. Do you have the Masterson contract?
No, Greg has it, but I need to see it before we send it out. I have to check a couple of the dates because there may be a mistake in one of them. Let Greg know that I'll be there in a few minutes to pick it up.
Okay, I'll tell him. Greg, she says she doesn't have it and that she'll be here in any minute to pick it up.
Did you tell her we can't find it?
No, but we really need to figure out where it is. She'll be here any minute.
Okay. So where could the contract be? Has anyone come into my office since I went out to lunch?
Only the cleaning lady. She picked up the trash.
Do you think it's possible the contract fell into the trash?
I don't think so, but we can ask the cleaning lady. Iris, when you picked up the trash earlier, did you see a contract in the wastebasket?
A contract?
Yes, it's a legal document that looks something like this.
Yes, there was something like that in the trash. Do you want me to get the bag with the trash to check?
Yes, please. It's really important.
Here's the bag with the trash.
Let me look. Yes, this is it. Thank God you hadn't taken the trash downstairs yet.
How does it look?
Well, it has a small stain on the back cover, but we can change the cover. I'm just glad we found it.
Me too.
Audio Practice 7.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Sarah.
I think everyone is here. Let's get a table.
Well, Nicole still hasn't arrived.
I'm sure she'll be here soon. Let's sit down. I'm dying for a cup of coffee.
Me too.
It's strange that Nicole hasn't arrived yet. She's always the first one here.
She may be stuck in traffic. There was a lot of traffic on Richfield Avenue.
But she never takes Richfield.
Or maybe she got up late. Or she had some kind of problem. In any case, I'm sure she'll be here soon. Let's get a table.
Right. We'll have a table for 5, please.
Right this way.
I'm going to give Nicole a call to find out why she hasn't arrived.
Good idea.
That's weird. She's not answering her cell phone or her home phone. Where could she be?
Do you think she might be driving and that's why she won't answer the phone?
No, I don't think so. She has one of those Bluetooth hands-free things in her car. She can answer with no problem.
Do you think she could be having car problems or maybe she had a flat tire?
I don't know. But I'm starting to worry. Should I call her mom?
Wait, I just got a text message from her. She says she's at the hospital and she'll call later.
At the hospital? What happened?
Is she all right? Did she have an accident?
Is she sick?
I don't know. All she says is that she'll call later. She could be visiting someone in the hospital. Just because she's at the hospital doesn't mean she's sick or she had an accident.
True, but we don't know. She might be sick. Maybe we should go to the hospital and see if we can help.
I think we might be overreacting. It could be nothing. Let's wait until she calls, okay?
Yeah, okay. Well, then let's order something to eat. I'm starving.
Activity 2, Listening. Detectives Price and Rollins are talking to the owner of the VLM Investment Corporation, the company that was robbed last night.
Thank you for coming in, Mr. Hall. Please take a seat.
Thanks. We wanted to ask you a few more questions about the contents of the safe. After examining the crime scene, we feel that the only way we'll be able to solve this case is if we know what was in those documents that were stolen.
I'm sorry, but I can't tell you that. It's very confidential information.
Well, can you at least tell us what the documents were about?
Yeah, they had to do with the terms of the sale of the First National Bank to our company.
I see. And who would be interested in that kind of information? Or who would benefit from knowing the terms?
Well, the owners of the bank know the terms, so it's not them. However, it could be someone from Hanson Enterprises. They have wanted to buy the First National Bank for years, but they couldn't get the owner to sell. It's possible they took the documents to find out what we are offering in order to make a better offer.
That makes sense. Who do you think we should contact in Hanson Enterprises?
Probably the owner, Mr. Shaw. Nothing happens in his company without his knowledge.
Now, the other question we have is about the person who disabled the computer system. Who in your company might have the computer skills or access to your computer systems in order to do that?
I'm not really sure. You'll have to talk to our systems director, Christina Torres. She could tell you more. So, you think that someone in the company could be responsible for this?
Well, it looks that way. This person is probably working for you, but might really be working for Hanson Enterprises. But we'll let you know after we talk to Christina and to Mr. Shaw.
Okay, thanks. One more thing. You said that you found blood on the carpet, right? So have you figured out who it belongs to?
Not yet, but we should have that information later today.
Well, if there's anything else I can do, just let me know.
Thanks for your time, Mr. Hall. We'll be in touch.
Activity 3. Pronunciation.
When we use the auxiliaries may have, might have, and could have, we usually use a contraction. The pronunciation of the contracted form is of. Listen to the audio and repeat after the teacher on the audio.
Could have. He could have gone home. Might have. They might have eaten out. May have. She may have rented a car. Could have. It could have gotten lost. Might have. I might have lost the receipt. May have. You may have made a mistake.
Audio Practice 11.
Did you hear about the scandal involving Lance Armstrong?
Not really. What happened?
Well, he confessed on national TV that he had used steroids to win the Tour de France, and all of the 7 titles he had won were taken away.
I knew it. He couldn't have won any other way.
Well, Nick, that's a little harsh, don't you think? You know, he had been a successful triathlon athlete before doing the Tour de France, and he had come in first in some of the stages in some European races before he was diagnosed with cancer. So, even without steroids, he might have won the Tour de France anyway.
Perhaps some, but not 7. Nobody can win that many times without using steroids.
You may be right. But what about those athletes who have won it 5 times? Don't you think they used steroids?
Well, they might have used something. We just don't know for sure. Do you remember the story of that French cyclist, Anquetil, who refused to take a urine test after he broke the hour record? He had won the Tour 5 times before that.
Come on, Nick. Are you now going to tell me that every high-performance athlete uses steroids?
That's not what I'm saying. It's just that you have to wonder about some of these athletes.
I guess you're right. Well, let's forget about this. We need to get writing. We still have a long way to go.
Unit 3. Visiting Italy.
So, Sasha, are you ready for your trip to Italy?
More than ready. It's hard to believe that I'm leaving tomorrow. I've been looking forward to taking this trip since I was in college.
How did you get so interested in Italy?
Well, when I was at the university, I had 2 friends from there, Alicia and Nico. Maybe it was because they were homesick, but they were always talking about the food, the people, and the beauty of the country. That's when I decided to save money to go there one day. Visiting Italy has been a dream of mine for more than 10 years.
And have you finished packing?
Almost. I need to pick up a few things at the store today after work. I wanted to get a backpack. I think it'll be easier to carry a backpack than a purse when I go sightseeing.
Probably. Are you taking a tour?
No, I'll be traveling alone. Traveling with a group just doesn't appeal to me.
Aren't you worried about traveling by yourself?
No, I like traveling by myself. Besides, part of the time I'll be with my friends from the university.
So, what places will you be visiting?
First, I'll be traveling to Rome. I'll stay there for a few days visiting the city and going to the Vatican City too. I'm really interested in seeing the Colosseum, the Roman Forum, and of course the Sistine Chapel. While I'm in Rome, I plan to take a few day trips, one to Pompeii and the Amalfi Coast.
Pompeii. That's where the volcano buried the whole town, isn't it?
Yes, it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's one of the most popular tourist attractions in Italy. From there, you can drive along the Amalfi Coast. It's one of the most picturesque places in the world. Then, after spending a few days in Rome, I'm planning to go on to Florence, where I'll meet up with my friends from college.
That should be nice.
Yeah, Alicia has invited me to stay at her house, which will be great. She says that her mom is the best cook in the world. I can't wait to try some real homemade Italian food.
It sounds like you have a great vacation planned. Enjoy eating all that delicious food, seeing all those wonderful places, and have a great time with your friends. Don't worry about anything here.
Thanks a lot. I'll see you in 3 weeks.
Audio Practice 3.
Are you tired of cleaning your house? Do you want to find a better way to have a clean house without all the work? Well, we have the solution for you. The all-new Vaporite system. It's easy to use, and it will save you so much time. And all for the low price of $49.99. Listen to what some of our customers have to say.
I'm Matthew and I live in Phoenix, Arizona. I bought the Vaporite because I'm worried about the environment. I think it's terrible that we use so many chemical substances to clean. But with Vaporite, you only use water turned to vapor. It cleans and disinfects everything. It's practical to use, and it saves you a lot of money. Besides, it's so easy to use.
I'm Carly from Los Angeles, and I've been using the Vaporite system for 3 months. It's the best way to clean your floors. You can save money on soaps, and you can still have a clean house. I have a dog, and he gets the floors really dirty. But with the Vaporite, I just turn it on and clean. It's fast, easy, and economical. It's the best way to clean that I have ever seen.
My name is Tammy, and I'm from Miami, Florida. I love my Vaporite system. It's hard to believe that I used to spend so much time cleaning. I use the Vaporite system for everything. The floors, the bathroom, the kitchen, even the baby's room. It's so easy to use that I can finish all my cleaning in half the time. This means I can spend more time with my family and even have time for myself.
I'm Dennis from Dallas. My wife decided to buy the Vaporite. I wasn't interested, but when she said that it could be used to clean the car, I thought I'd try it. I was surprised at how easy and fast it worked. I use it to remove all the dirt and it doesn't scratch the paint. Also, it cleans the inside and seats like nothing else. With 3 small children, the inside gets very dirty, but it's so useful and makes everything easy to clean.
To get your Vaporite system for just $49.99, just call us now at 1-800-866-3646. What are you waiting for? It's time to make your life easier and at the same time help the environment. Call now.
Audio Practice 7.
Katie walked into the house and turned on the lights. She locked the door and went into the kitchen to make something to eat. She decided to heat up some leftovers and sat down to eat. When she finished eating, she lit a cigarette. She liked to smoke a cigarette after a meal. She got up to wash the dishes when she heard a noise in the living room. She went into the living room and noticed that the front door was open, but she remembered closing and locking the door. Did someone break into her house? She decided to call the police. They said they'd be at her house in a few minutes and warned her not to stay in the house. They suggested going to a neighbor's house in the meantime. When the police arrived, they checked the whole house, but they didn't find anyone or anything. They said that she had probably forgotten to close the door, but she was sure she hadn't forgotten. In fact, she clearly remembered closing and locking the door. She decided not to stay in her house that night. She went to stay with a friend. Before she left, she closed all the windows, turned off the lights, and locked all the doors. The next morning, when she got back to her house, all the windows and doors were open. The lights were on. She and her friend searched the whole house and found nothing. What was going on?
Audio Practice 11.
So, where do you want to go for dinner?
Dad, can we go to Bob's Big Burgers? I really feel like having a burger.
I know, Marty, but your mother doesn't like meat, and they don't have any vegetarian options.
What about the Uptown Diner?
No, Tina, we always go there. I'm tired of eating in the diner. I think I know the menu by heart.
But, Mom, it's my favorite restaurant.
I know, but what about something different today? Would you guys be interested in having some Chinese or Mexican food? I wouldn't mind having something different tonight.
Mexican food is delicious, but too spicy for me. I like Chinese, though.
No, Chinese, no. How about Italian? Everyone enjoys eating Italian, and there are always options available for Mom.
That's true. I wouldn't object to going to Rossi's Italian Kitchen. You know I love the food there.
What do you think, Tina?
I wouldn't mind having some delicious lasagna. I think Italian sounds like a good idea.
Great, let's get going.
Unit 4. A huge pileup on Interstate 35.
This is Kent Edwards reporting live from Central City, where a huge accident involving more than 90 cars has stopped traffic for 70 miles on Interstate 35. As you know, the fog this morning was very dense and visibility was extremely poor. As a result, a semi-trailer truck jackknifed when he tried to avoid a tanker truck that was stopped on the side of the road. The tanker truck was carrying gasoline, and the semi had a load of fertilizer. The authorities had been worried about an explosion, but luckily the fire department arrived on the scene very quickly, and they were able to put out the fire. This accident, however, provoked a huge pileup behind it involving 93 cars. Police are saying that it will probably take all day to clear the mess. I talked to the driver of the semi a little while ago, and he said that he had been driving very slowly because of the road conditions. He said he never saw the tanker truck until he was only a short distance from it. He told me that the tanker didn't have any lights on and that the driver hadn't put out any emergency flares. I talked to the authorities, and they told me they are investigating the situation. They said that many truckers have recently been stopping on that section of the road to rest, even though it's not a designated rest area. They mentioned that they had posted signs warning truckers not to stop on this part of the road, but that the driver might not have seen the sign because of all the fog. I have tried to talk to the driver of the tanker, but he told me that he wouldn't talk to us. He said that his lawyer had instructed him not to say anything. We also tried talking to the lawyer, but he explained that he couldn't comment on this until his client had been cleared. When I talked to the police, they said that they will only be able to give the driver of the tanker a parking ticket which carries a fine of $110. When all the other drivers that were involved in this accident heard this, many said that they planned to send a letter to the governor. They said that someone that had caused an accident like this one should receive a more appropriate punishment. They suggested that the driver of the tanker be responsible for paying for cleaning the mess after the accident. Let's see what the governor says later today at his press conference. This is Kent Edwards for WBDC Spotlight News.
Audio Practice 3.
Welcome back to Radio WITG with our special report about what happened on the red carpet at the Acting Awards. I talked to two wonderful people who were nominated last night, Carol Garcia and Jason Lee. Did you see them, George?
Maggie, they looked wonderful. I'm looking forward to seeing them together on film. I think they make a lovely couple.
Jason said they aren't a couple, but this is the fourth event they've attended together this year, so I have my doubts. Carol said she'll start working on the sequel of her hit movie, The Fire, next month. She told me she's very excited about seeing all the cast members because they're like one big, happy family.
I talked to Matthew Walker, the director of the film. He said he expects some problems on the set because 3 of the actors have become very famous. He told me he's afraid that Carol and Pamela Barker may act like divas. He also said he'll be very strict and he won't accept any ridiculous fights.
Really? Carol was so nice yesterday. She also mentioned that she's already rehearsing a play that she'll perform on Broadway. She said the play will open in 3 months, as soon as she finishes filming the movie. She told us she'll be moving to New York City for a while.
Of course, Jason Lee was very happy to hear this because he lives in the Big Apple. He said he's very excited about all the job offers he's received. He told me he can't possibly accept every offer, but he explained he's trying to gain experience in theater, film, and TV.
Jason also said that he has a surprise for us. He told me that he'll release an album by the end of the year. That's right. Jason Lee said he'll become a singer.
Did he tell you what kind of music he'll sing? I don't believe he can sing very well. Maybe he'll rap.
He says he wants to go back to his roots, so he'll include many country ballads in his album. He said he's working with a very famous producer to select and arrange the tracks.
Maybe he can invite Carol for a duet. She has some experience in musicals on Broadway, and she can sing quite well.
I told both of them that I wish them all the luck with their new projects. I promised to see them in everything they do. And of course, I told them that they have to tell me first if they ever make their relationship official.
Activity 2. Listening, writing, speaking.
On our show today, we have Dr. Casey Kelly. She's going to talk to us about what we can do to lead a healthier life. Hi, Dr. Kelly.
Hi, it's nice to be here.
First of all, I think that most of us know when we're doing things that are unhealthy, like eating too much junk food, drinking sodas, or not doing exercise. But what are some of the other things we should or shouldn't be doing?
Well, as you mentioned, we have to stop eating so much fast food. Most fast food restaurants don't offer healthy options. We need to make our own food, and that should include plenty of fruit, vegetables, and lean meats. You should try to make sure your diet includes colorful fruits and veggies. Different colored fruits and vegetables provide you with different nutrients.
I didn't know that.
Something else we need to do is drink more water. I'm sure everyone has heard this over and over again, but drinking plain water is very important. In addition to hydrating your body, it helps eliminate what the body doesn't need. And if you are on a diet, it helps you feel full.
How much water should we drink a day?
Most doctors recommend that you drink 1.5 to 2 liters a day. Now, I'm sure you all know about the benefits of exercise, and you know that regular exercise will keep you healthy and will help burn calories. It's important that you find some kind of exercise that you enjoy. It can be swimming, dancing, running, tennis, volleyball, walking, anything. The important thing is to get moving.
So you don't have to join a gym to do exercise?
Not at all. The best exercise for you is the one that you like doing. Next, I want to mention something that most people don't think about when considering a healthy lifestyle, but it's very important: dental hygiene. Most of us don't like to go to the dentist, but keeping your teeth healthy is an important part of overall health. You need to make sure you're brushing and using dental floss to clean your teeth daily, in addition to visiting your dentist every 6 months.
I hate going to the dentist, but I know it's important. Is there anything else, doctor?
Just a couple more things I want to mention. If you smoke, quit. There are no benefits to smoking, only disadvantages. Get enough sleep. We're all living in a culture that thinks sleep is not very essential, but it is. You should be sleeping between 7 and 8 hours a night. Sleep helps your body and mind recover. Long-term sleep deprivation can lead to conditions such as obesity, diabetes, and memory loss.
So when we're tired, we should go to bed and not try to get in a few more hours of work.
That's right.
Dr. Kelly, I want to thank you for sharing this valuable information with us today.
It's been my pleasure.
If you want a complete list of tips for a healthy life, you can go to Dr. Kelly's website at www.drkellystips.com. When we come back, Dr. Kelly will be answering some of our audience's questions.
Audio Practice 7.
Good afternoon. We're doing a survey on mobile phone companies. Would you mind answering a few questions?
Not at all.
Do you have a cell phone?
Yes, 2 of them, in fact.
And what cell phone company do you use?
My work phone is with Telmobile, and my personal cell phone is with Star Mobile.
What do you think about the service for these 2 companies?
Well, Telmobile has better coverage throughout the country, but it's much more expensive. Also, when there's a problem, it can take a long time for them to fix it. Star Mobile is much cheaper, but I have more problems getting a signal in some of the smaller towns in the country. Also, their service is better than Telmobile, but it's not that great either.
What about internet? Do you have internet on your phone?
Yes, on both. Since my company has a large contract with Telmobile, I have unrestricted internet access, and I get all my company email on my phone. My personal phone has internet, but I have a limited amount of megabytes, so I try not to use it much.
What do you know about Cell USA?
Well, I've never used that company, so I don't know anything about it.
Okay, thanks for your time.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon. We're doing a survey on mobile phone companies. Would you mind answering a few questions?
Will this take long?
Not at all, just a few minutes.
Okay.
Do you have a cell phone?
Yes, of course.
And what cell phone company do you use?
My cell phone is with Cell USA.
What do you think about the service?
Well, they're very nice, and the service is very good. The cost is also great. I only pay $30 a month for 500 minutes, unlimited text messages, and internet access.
I see. What about coverage? Can you get a signal anywhere?
Well, now that you mention it, When you're out in the country, the signal can be really bad.
Do you know anything about Telmobile or Star Mobile?
I used to have a Star Mobile and the service was good, and it wasn't expensive. But Cell USA is cheaper. The signal wasn't great in the country either, and my husband has Telmobile. He has good reception almost anywhere, but it's the most expensive of the three companies.
Well, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Audio Practice 11.
So, it seems you two robbed the Golden Gems jewelry store.
Sorry, you're confused. We didn't rob any jewelry store.
Nope, not us.
Well, it seems someone heard you two talking a couple of days ago at the West Side Deli. You were talking about how you robbed the jewelry store.
That wasn't us.
We weren't at that deli last Wednesday.
I never said what day you were there, but yes, it was Wednesday. Funny that you knew that.
Dex, stop talking. Don't say anything more until we get a lawyer.
Well, if you're innocent, why do you need a lawyer?
Because I know how the police work. They make you confess to things you never did.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, we'll see. Right now, there are police officers at both of your homes looking for any evidence that you robbed the jewelry store. I'm sure they'll find something. The jumpsuits, the caps, the gloves, the spray paint, some of the jewelry. We'll find something.
There's nothing to find, right, Dex?
Right.
If you confess now, it will be easier. Maybe we can get you a shorter prison sentence. What do you say, Dex? I'm sure this wasn't your idea. Did Leroy plan it? If he did, we can get you a better deal.
I'm not talking.
Me either.
Have it your way. I'll wait until they come back with the evidence, and then you'll both go to prison.
I don't want to go to prison. I didn't do anything. It was all Leroy's idea. He made me do it.
Shut up, Dex.
I knew it. Just a minute, I'll be right back.
You're so stupid. Don't you see what he did? He didn't have any evidence, but now you've admitted to the robbery.
It seems the police have found a few of the pieces of jewelry in Dex's apartment, and a jumpsuit, cap, and gloves in your house, Leroy. You two will be going to prison for quite a while.
Unit 5. Opening a new bakery.
Janet and her brother Donald are opening a bakery. It will be opening in 2 weeks, and they are checking on the progress.
Here we are. Give me a second to open the door.
Look at this place. It doesn't seem like much of anything has been done. The only thing I can see is that the old furniture is gone and the walls are painted, but the floor isn't finished and nothing has been installed.
Well, appearances can be deceiving, and you haven't been around much these last couple of weeks. Most of the work has been done in the kitchen. Come on in. The air conditioning was installed last week, and the ovens and the ventilation system are being connected right now, as you can see. Fresh paint has been applied to the walls and ceilings, and the new floor has been laid. This area will be completed in a couple of days. Then we can install the counters and the shelves.
Okay, I'm sorry. I know nothing had been done to the place in a while. Hey, it looks pretty good in here. How about the refrigerators, mixers, and counters? Have they been delivered yet?
I called the warehouse last Thursday, and the order hadn't been sent out yet. They promised that everything will be delivered by the end of this week.
Okay. The supplies have to be bought, but things like milk and eggs can't be delivered until we have refrigerators.
Of course.
Good. All of the other baking supplies should be put in the pantry when they arrive. That way we can get organized faster and start making the pastry and appetizers for the opening the following Saturday. I should have all the permits in about 8 days.
Has the person for the front counter been hired yet?
We've narrowed it down to 3 people. Right now, Carol is calling their previous employers to find out a little bit more about them before we make a decision. We need someone with good people skills and who is good at sales.
Right. Oh, I almost forgot. There will be 4 waiters to help us out with the cocktail party.
Great. Well, it seems everything is working out fine.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll be ready on time.
Audio Practice 3.
Are you tired or depressed? Do you have high blood pressure or high sugar levels? Do you need to lose weight? If you said yes to any of these questions, then we have the product for you. It's called Miracle Juice. Miracle Juice is made from a secret formula based on a precise mixture of 7 juices. Miracle Juice can be drunk to help reduce high blood pressure and lower blood sugar levels. It should be taken in the morning before breakfast for the greatest effect. If you need to lose weight, Miracle Juice is the way to do it. For weight loss, it has to be drunk at least 30 minutes before every meal. The acids in the juice attack the fat cells, and they are destroyed, making it easier for your body to lose weight. Also, with all the vitamins in Miracle Juice, you'll have a lot more energy. Listen to what some of our satisfied customers have to say.
I have been using Miracle Juice for a month now, and I have never felt better. Miracle Juice is easy and convenient. It can be taken with you for a quick energy boost at any time during the day.
Before trying Miracle Juice, I was 40 pounds overweight. I've been using Miracle Juice for 2 months, and I've lost 20 pounds already. Miracle Juice is the easiest, fastest, and safest way to lose weight ever.
So, what are you waiting for? Call now and get your supply of Miracle Juice for only $45 a month. Feeling great has never been so easy. Call now at 1-800-MIRACLE. That's 1-800-647-2253.
Audio Practice 7.
Have the movers arrived yet?
No, but they should be here any time now.
Is everything packed?
Well, almost everything in the kitchen has been put into boxes. Dishes, pots and pans, dry food, etc. The only thing I still have to pack is the food from the refrigerator.
Okay. What about the kids' rooms?
I think they are done, but why don't you check with Cassie and Craig?
Cassie and Craig, where are you?
I'm in my room.
Has everything been packed?
All my clothes have been packed and are downstairs. The only thing I'm missing is my computer, stereo, and TV. Greg said he would help me with those things, but he hasn't yet.
Craig, have you finished packing?
Yeah, Dad. Everything from my room has been put in boxes and is ready to go.
Can you help your sister with her computer, stereo, and TV?
Sure, in a minute. I need to finish taking everything out of the bathroom.
I thought your mother had packed everything from the bathroom.
She hasn't had time. It's not a lot. Shampoo, toilet paper, soap, etc. I should be finished in a few minutes.
Okay, great.
So, are they ready?
Yes, pretty much. Is there anything else that hasn't been done?
I don't think so. Everything from the living and dining rooms has been put in boxes, and there is nothing left in our bedroom. It's all been packed. What about the garage? Have you packed everything from the garage? All of that is your stuff.
Oh my God! I forgot the garage. Let me go pack all my tools and everything that's there. Do we have any extra boxes?
Yes, there are still boxes in the living room.
Okay, I'll do that, and I hope that I can finish before the movers arrive.
Activity 2.
Welcome to WWLT Eyewitness News with Angela Till and Phil Elder. Today's top stories. A local bank on First Street was robbed by a group of armed thieves. State politicians debate on the opening of a new hospital in the metro area. And Phil Elder with a special report on rising taxes.
Good afternoon, I'm Angela Till, and thank you for joining us today. The American Securities Bank on First Street was robbed earlier today by a group of armed thieves. Let's go to Phil Elder, who's on the scene with more details. Phil, what can you tell us?
I'm here at the American Securities Bank on First Street, where an armed robbery took place just about a half hour ago. As you can see from the entrance of the bank, there is broken glass everywhere, and there are traces of blood on the ground, although we don't know whose blood it is. Police say there is no video evidence of the crime, and that the alarm didn't go off during the robbery. Police weren't called to the scene until after the robbers had already gotten away. We do know that the manager of the bank can't be found. It's not clear if he was involved in the crime or if he's been kidnapped by the perpetrators. Oh, look, one of the bank employees is coming out of the bank right now. Let's see if we can talk to him. Excuse me, I'm Phil Elder from WWLT News. What can you tell me about the bank robbery?
I'm sorry. I've been traumatized by the deal. I don't want to talk to you people right now. Get away from me.
Oops, well, that's perfectly understandable. Did you see that big bruise on his forehead? I'm sure it was caused during the robbery. We do know that several ambulances were called to the scene, but the number of injured people hasn't been confirmed by authorities. We don't have any more details on this story, but a press conference will be given at 7 p.m. by the Chief of Police. WWLT will be there with live coverage for viewers. Back to you, Angela.
Thanks, Phil. Coming up next on WWLT News, state politicians debate on the opening of a new hospital in the metro area. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Audio Practice 11.
What is Göbekli Tepe? Göbekli Tepe is probably a place you've never heard of, but archaeologists are saying that it may become more famous than Stonehenge. Göbekli Tepe, which is located in southeast Turkey, was only recently discovered in 1994 by the German archaeologist Klaus Schmidt. The amazing thing about this place is that it was constructed by nomadic people over 10,000 years ago. 6,000 years before Stonehenge was built. What is Göbekli Tepe like? The site is a series of rings which are all similar. In the middle, there are two large pillars that look like the letter T. Around these pillars are some smaller stones that are facing the T-shaped pillars. Some of the stones have very elaborate carvings of animals, while others are blank. There are many rings in the area. It's believed that there are at least 16 of them. In addition, one set of rings is built on top of an earlier set of rings. Archaeologists have only uncovered some of the layers. They will need to continue digging to find the first rings that are still buried. Why is Göbekli Tepe so important? Well, historians and archaeologists have always believed that people only constructed religious sites and temples after they had settled down. They always believed once nomadic people, hunters and gatherers, had settled down and created communities, started domesticating animals and growing food, that they began to create religious sites and temples. However, Göbekli Tepe says just the opposite happened. The people that built this site were nomadic. They hunted wild animals and ate what they could gather, seeds, fruits, nuts, etc. And they constructed this incredible religious site. Archaeologists think that the decision to build these rings with all the beautiful carved stones may have been the reason that these nomadic people settled down. Why was Göbekli Tepe built? Archaeologists believe that it may have been constructed as a kind of religious temple for nomadic people in the region. From the site, there is a panoramic view of the area, which may be the reason these people chose this site. Klaus Schmidt thinks it could have been built as a burial place for some of the hunters of the nomadic people that inhabited the area. He believes that when they finally dig down to the bottom of the rings, they will find that it was a burial place for hunters.
Unit 6, My Itinerary.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, sweetie. I was just going to call you. Do you have the itinerary for your trip yet?
Yes, that's why I was calling. I just got the final version. I'm so excited. I've wanted to visit London ever since I was a kid. My flight leaves on Saturday at 5:10 p.m. I have to check in 3 hours before the flight.
Why do you have to be there so early?
Well, it's an international flight, so it's 3 hours before.
What time do you arrive in London?
I get there on Sunday morning at 8:30.
And when does the conference start?
On Monday, so I will have all day Sunday to go sightseeing.
Won't you be jet-lagged?
Well, I'll try to sleep on the flight over. I want to visit the British Museum, Westminster Abbey, and of course the Parliament Building and Big Ben that day, because I won't have much time the rest of the week. On Friday we finish early, so after the conference that day I'm planning to see a play in the West End. They say London is pretty nice in the summer, so I'm glad this conference is in June and not in January.
For sure. Where are you staying?
We're staying at the London Elizabeth Hotel at Hyde Park.
Will you be sharing a room?
Yes, with one of my coworkers. Her name is Nancy.
Can you give me the information for the hotel? You know I like to know where you are, just in case.
I know, Mom. Do you have something to write with?
Yes.
The hotel is the London Elizabeth Hotel. It's on Lancaster Terrace, Hyde Park, Westminster in London. The phone number is 0044 207 402 6641. Also, in an emergency, you can always contact someone in the office. They'll be able to get in touch with me.
And what day are you giving your workshop?
It's scheduled for Wednesday, June 21st at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Aren't you a little nervous?
A little, but mostly I'm excited. I mean, how awesome is it that I get to go to London and give a workshop at an international environmental conference?
I'm not surprised. You always were the smart one in the family. So when will you be coming back?
My flight back is on June 24th. That's a Saturday. We leave London at 1:50 p.m. and arrive here at 4 in the afternoon.
Do you want your father to pick you up at the airport?
That would be great, Mom. I'll be arriving on British Airways flight 9:30.
Have a great time and see you Saturday.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Audio Practice 3, Part 1.
My name is Albert Dennison. I was born on Friday, October 24th, 1988. I was born at 11:25 in the morning at Madison General Hospital in Dallas, Texas. My mom has told me that she and my father had always wanted kids, but had a hard time conceiving. They had tried to have kids for almost 10 years before I was born. For this reason, the day I was born was one of the happiest of their lives. I went to grade school, junior high, and high school in Dallas, but I decided to go to California for university. I studied at Cal State from 2006 to 2010 and got a degree in engineering. After I got my degree, I started working at MEI Technologies in December 2010. After 2 years, I was promoted and given a great raise. On May 14th, in 2010, I met Nancy at a party at a friend's house. 3 years later, we got married. Since I met Nancy, I have never wanted to be with anyone else.
Optional audio practice 4.
Good morning, Mr. Ryan.
Good morning, Angela. I'm having a problem with my phone and I can't access my calendar. You have a copy of all my appointments, so could you please tell me what I have for today?
Of course, Mr. Ryan. Your first appointment is with Sam Miller from HR. He'll be here at 10:30.
Okay, Sam Miller at 10:30. I have a lunch date today, don't I?
Yes, you're meeting Sandra Kendrick for lunch at Andre's Bistro at 1 o'clock.
I thought the meeting was at 12. Oh, well, it's not a problem. That gives me time to finish up some things in the office before I have to leave. Is there anything else scheduled for today?
Yes. Remember, you scheduled a department meeting from 4 to 6 p.m. today.
I had forgotten all about that. Maybe I should reprogram it for next Tuesday.
Well, next week you'll be in Denver. You're leaving on Monday, the 6th at 7:25 a.m. You'll be visiting our Denver plant all next week.
Then I guess there's no option. We'll have our department meeting today. Can you ask Amy if she could prepare everything and get the conference room ready? She knows what I want to talk about.
No problem.
Well, I guess I'm going to have a busy day.
Just one more thing, Mr. Ryan. Don't forget that today is your anniversary. You have dinner reservations for 8 p.m. at Cicero's.
That's right. Did you order the flowers I had asked for?
Of course. They will be delivered today at noon. Don't worry.
Thanks for everything, Angela. Also, please check with the guys in systems to see when the calendar on my phone will be working again.
Will do.
Activity 1. Listening.
Hi, Carrie. Where are you? You said you'd be here at 10 a.m., and it's almost 11. We're all waiting for you.
I'm lost. I tried to follow the direction Justin gave me, but I guess I must have made a wrong turn somewhere.
Well, where are you now?
I'm not really sure.
What can you see around there?
There's a Seattle coffee shop on my right, and across the street from that, there's a gas station.
Can you see the name of the street?
Yes, it's Waverly Avenue.
Great, I know where you are now. You're not far from here.
So what do I have to do?
First, you'll have to continue on Waverly Avenue for 2 blocks until you get to Post Road. You'll turn right on Post Road.
Okay, just don't hang up. Okay, I just took a right on Post Road. Now what?
You'll go straight on Post Road for about 3 blocks until you see a tunnel. Go through the tunnel.
Right. Okay, I see the tunnel.
Perfect. As soon as you come out of the tunnel, you'll see a Burger Palace restaurant on the left.
Yes, I see it.
Go past the restaurant at the corner, turn left on David Avenue.
All right.
Drive 1 more block and you should see the Slice of Heaven restaurant on your right. There's a parking lot around the back where you can leave your car.
Yes, I see it. I'll see you in a minute. Thanks.
Audio practice 7. Dialogue 1.
Can I help you?
Yes, can you tell me where room 387 is?
Sure. Just go down this hallway until you get to the end. You'll see an elevator on your right. Take the elevator up to the 3rd floor. When you get out of the elevator, go to the left. Room 387 is the 3rd room on your left.
Thanks.
Dialogue 2.
Hi, can you tell me where the exhibit hall is?
Which one? We have 5 exhibit halls.
I don't know.
What event are you attending?
I'm here for the publicity convention. It says in this email that my boss sent me that all of the booths will be set up in the exhibit hall at 9 a.m. I'm going to work at my company's booth, so I have to get there before 9 o'clock.
Okay, so you'll be in exhibit hall C. They open up at 9, but you can't get in before that unless you have an exhibitor's pass.
Where do I get that?
You'll first need to go through those doors there, and you'll see a sign that says check-in. Give them your name, and they'll give you your exhibitor's pass. When you come out, go to your left. You'll see a large sign that says ballrooms. Walk towards that, and when you are right under the sign, go to the right, down to the hall. Exhibit Hall C is the first room on the right.
Thanks.
Dialogue 3.
Excuse me. Could you tell me where the nearest restroom is?
Sure. Go down this hallway until you see the restaurant. The restroom is across from the restaurant. It's right next to the coffee shop.
Thanks.
Unit 7, Practice 2.
Hi, Carol.
Good morning, Mr. Ryan. How are you?
Not so good, that's why I'm calling.
What's the matter?
Well, last night when I was playing tennis, I slipped and hurt my ankle. The doctor told me I couldn't walk on it for 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm afraid I won't be able to go into the office for a few weeks, so I'll have to work from home.
I understand.
I need you to help me with some things.
Of course.
First, can you please call Dave in the design department and tell him I won't be at the meeting today with the designers? Also, please call and cancel all of my appointments for the next 2 weeks.
No problem. I'll cancel your appointments and talk to Dave. I'll call you back later.
Great.
Hi, Mr. Ryan. It's Carol here.
Hi, Carol. Were you able to cancel all my appointments?
Yes, but I have a few questions and comments. Mr. Taylor from T-Tech said he would call you this afternoon. He said he needs to have an answer about the new software that you had ordered before Friday.
No problem. In fact, I'll give him a call in a few minutes. Did anything else come up?
I told Dave you wouldn't be at the meeting, but he said that he will have to see you today or tomorrow. He mentioned that the design changes have to be approved by you before they can start work.
That's true. Can you ask him to stop by my house this afternoon, please?
Sure, no problem. One last thing. Kevin from the accounting department stopped by, and he said he was worried about the Sanchez account. He said that he's responsible for sending out the invoices, but that you haven't sent him a copy of the contract yet. So he doesn't know what the conditions are. Do they have 30, 60, or 90 days to pay?
Can you send him a copy of the contract? In my office, in the filing cabinet, there is a file for the Sanchez account. Can you scan the contract and send a copy to Kevin?
Sure.
Is there anything else?
Not right now. If there is anything, I'll give you a call.
I'll be here.
Bye.
Bye.
Activity 2.
What do you know about beer? If you're like most people, you know that it's an alcoholic beverage that is consumed by many people all over the world. However, you probably don't know that it's the oldest fermented drink in the world. Beer has been produced for over 6,000 years. The first recorded recipe for beer can be found in a Sumerian pictograph. It shows bread being baked and then crumbled up and placed in water. This bread and water mixture can be fermented and made into a drink. After drinking it, people mentioned that they felt wonderful and blissful. Women who were responsible for making bread were also responsible for the preparation of beer. In the Middle Ages, from around the year 500 to 1500, the monks and monasteries began to produce beer. They added hops, which is a flour, into the production of the beer. The addition of hops helped to keep the beer from spoiling too quickly. In 1516, the Duke of Bavaria declared the German beer purity law, where it was established that beer could be made only of hops, pure water, and barley. This law continued to exist until 1988. The consumption of beer keeps increasing each year. Millions of barrels of beer are sold every year in every country of the world, and it's estimated that there are over 200,000 different brands that are sold. The top 5 beers in the world are number 5, Skol, number 4, Corona, number 3, Budweiser, number 2, Bud Light, and number 1, Snow Beer. You have probably never heard of Snow Beer, but it's made in China where it's the best seller. It sold over 50 million barrels last year. So, the next time you see someone drinking a beer, you can tell them that they're drinking a beverage that has been consumed for more than 6,000 years.
Hola, buen día. Primero que nada, gracias por estar viendo este video, por tu tiempo, esta video presentación. Mi nombre es Isaac Badillo, asesor financiero con 10 años de carrera bancaria. Actualmente me especializo en el área de divisas, tipo de cambio, ofreciendo lo que son estrategias, herramientas y servicios para optimizar esos ejercicios, esas operaciones. ¿Cómo? Con posturas, órdenes en mercado, un sistema que se queda trabajando 5 días de la semana, los 24 horas que el mercado está activo. Análisis técnico, básicamente la verificación de gráfico para sacar tendencias, soportes y resistencias, ver probabilidades y pronósticos. Y administración de riesgos para administrar lo que es a un lapso de tiempo, proteger la tesorería de la empresa por la volatilidad de precios. Mi nombre es Isaac Badillo, gracias por mirar este video. Saludos.